Yes, bro. She was literally babysitting me, bro, while I was tripping balls on ketamine in the hospital bed, bro. I sit there, Chad. This is the only way I can describe it. YouTube! I'm back with another story time. This time around, it's another rehab story time for you guys. This one is one of the craziest experiences I've ever had in my life. This is the tale on when I was in rehab. I went to the hospital and I basically got forced into having to get a surgery. Now you might say, how does that work, Dan? That's not, you'll never get forced into having to get surgery. That's not possible. You're right. Technically you are right. You can't be forced into getting surgery. But if you stick around, you will find out how I was caught between a rock and a hard place and why I felt forced to have to get this surgery. Without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Just let me know what you guys think. That's truly the best to me to come back to these videos and clips that I post and see comments, negative or bad. I don't care. I just like seeing people watching this stuff, preferably positive. Don't get me wrong. Preferably positive. I prefer the positive ones. But any feedback is good feedback. I do appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get right into the story. You all have a beautiful rest of your day. Please enjoy. Anybody. Anyway, story time. This is the time on when I was in rehab and I accidentally got forced into having to get surgery. Then got BBC, something like that. I do 8 inches long, 8-inch girth. I already let y'all know that last time. I let y'all know my specs last time, but I will remind y'all. I'm sorry, 8 inches long, 6 girth, 6 girth. Yep. That's my specs. And look, I'm not going to front my move. That's on hard. That's not soft. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, that's on flaccid too. No, that's not flaccid. But I do got that, John. Look, chat. Listen to me. Your fingers, right? Okay. So look, this was the same treatment program of the story that I told yesterday. Same treatment program, but this was a different time. A separate time. I told you guys I had been to this program a total of 3 times. I think this was the second time I was there. Yeah, the second time. So this was just a random day, a random weekday. I hated waking up, bro. I hated waking up because those motherfuckers made us wake up at 5:30 in the fucking morning every day. Like, what you mean, bro? What do you mean I'm waking up at 5:30 a.m. and I'm not even clocking in nowhere? What the fuck am I up for? Bro, I'm not a morning person. Bro. So yeah, this was another reason why I just woke up feeling grumpy as hell, bro. Grumpy as fuck. I woke up. So when we wake up 5:30 a.m., the first thing we do is we go eat breakfast. We eat breakfast, ate breakfast for half an hour. After breakfast, everybody was in charge of cleaning the whole house together. We had to mop the fucking floors, clean our rooms, fix our beds, clean the bathrooms, mop the bathrooms, sweep the bathrooms, everything, vacuum the carpets, everything, gang, everything you could fucking think. We were in charge of doing it, the people in the house, bro. After we did that, we had to go in the chapel. They had this little chapel like connected to the program. We had to go in the chapel and we had to do a little prayer time. It was like Bible study, and then we did prayer, and then we just kind of like did some homework that they used to give us and shit. And after that is when we had to clock in for work. So look, I'm sitting in the prayer thing. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to do shit today. I just want to go lay in bed. I don't want to do a damn thing, bro. And I'm trying to brainstorm. I'm thinking, damn, what should I do? What can I tell these motherfuckers to let me, should I tell them I'm sick? Should I lie? Should I tell them I you know what I'm saying? What can I do? And then I think I got it. I'm going to tell these motherfuckers I'm sick, but sick enough to the point where I got to go to the hospital. So I got to leave. So after that, I told him, I'm like, yo, I got a fat stomach ache, bro. Like, my stomach is killing me. Like, it hurts really bad. And trust me, I'm a decent actor, bro. I'm a decent actor. Not the best, but not the worst, bro. Drug addicts are not the worst actors, I'm telling you. I was playing it up like a motherfucker, bro. I wasn't even standing up straight because, if your stomach hurt, you can't really, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't really stretch it out. So I was really just, like, laying in that bitch, like, really not even standing up either. Just, like, sitting on the couch, like, my stomach hurt. He was all worried, bro. He was like, yo, he called the guy that was in charge of of driving people everywhere and shit. He was like, yo, where you at? Come back. He needs to go to the hospital ASAP. He's in pain, bro. Come get him. Dan, I'm about to take a shower. Can you clip your story and post it? Yeah, this is going on YouTube, my boy. This is going on YouTube. Jay, what's good? I see you in there. Yes, I got you, Noah. I got you. So I told him, I'm like, yo, my stomach is killing me. This shit hurts, bro. I need to go. He's like, yeah, I got you. He called the guy, tells him to come get me, bro. So I get in the truck. Boom, go to the hospital. Get to the hospital. They're like, yo, what's wrong? Why are you here? I tell them, I'm like, oh, I don't know. My stomach's just in pain. My stomach's just in pain. I didn't really think it through, right? I'm just thinking, I'm going to just tell them I'm in pain. That's it. They going to take it from there. They going to take it from there. I'm watching Dan while in the shower. No Diddy. That's what's up, my boy. That's a real motherfucker right there. So they're like, yeah, we're going to get you in there to see the doctor. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. I finally get in the room. I'm like, yeah, my stomach's been killing me all day. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong. The doctor finally comes in. He's like, okay, we're going to run some tests. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I'm like, all right, cool. At this time, I was taking a medication. I was taking a certain medication that they couldn't give me certain narcotics. They couldn't give me certain narcotics because otherwise, if they did, it would make me sick. So I couldn't take them. So for the pain, those motherfuckers gave me ketamine. Mind you, there was no pain. There was no pain at all. So I'm sitting in this fucking hospital bed. I'm sitting. Oh, E-Man, you can't be forced into surgery? Well, yeah, technically I wasn't forced. But you'll see how I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Lil A, come on, we're not done, bro. I'm right here, bro. I'm right here. So I get to I'm in the hospital bed, bro. Laying there. They give me the ketamine. She puts it in my IV, right? I have never done this shit before. I've never done this before. I'm not a fan, really, of, like, hallucinogens and stuff like that. So I had never done ketamine before, bro. I'm sitting in the hospital bed. She puts it in my IV because obviously, that's what they're going to do at the hospital. They're going to give you the hospital grade shit. I was sitting in there, bro. Immediately. And as you know, or I don't know if you know, but if something goes in your IV, you're gonna feel it immediately, bro. You're going to feel it immediately. Brock, yes, rehab story time, bro. The time I got forced into surgery, bro. They put it in my IV, bro. I'm telling you, I'm laying in there. As I'm laying in there, she turns the lights off. The nurse is sitting in there. She turns the lights off. She's the one that put it in my IV. I kid you not. 5 to 10 seconds later, max. Bro, I literally looked at her. I'm like, hey, why do I feel like this? She's like, oh, you're okay. You're gonna be okay. You want me to close the door? You want me to turn to close the shades? I'm like, yeah. And then I said to her, can you please stay here with me? Yes, bro. She was literally babysitting me, bro, while I was tripping balls on ketamine in the hospital bed, bro. I sit there, Chad, this is the only way I can describe it. That day, I visited 7 different dimensions, bro. 7 different ones. I don't know why I landed on that number, but it was 7 different ones, bro. It's like, it was an outer body experience. It's like I was laying I was laying in bed, but I came out of my body and I was looking at my own self. And I told myself, like, damn, everything that you have done in your life up until this point has led you to this exact moment. That's the first thing that came into my mind. And then I told myself, like, I just kind of realized, like, how it feels like no matter what, at the end of the day, you could kind of convince yourself that you are truly alone in this universe, bro. Like, it felt kind of weird, bro. It felt kind of weird. Like, I was looking at myself from a different perspective, bro. It was fucking crazy. Fucking crazy, bro. It's the only way I can explain it. It's the only way I can somewhat describe it. It was a little weird, bro. Yo, ZT, I love you, my boy. I love you. I remember at one point telling her, I asked her, I said, hey, where am I? I literally asked her where I was, bro. She said, you're at the hospital in Milwaukee. Bro, I was so dumbfounded. I'm telling you, that was the craziest shit that happened. That lasted for about like a good 5 to 10 minutes. Didn't last too long. The feeling started decreasing over time. So, but at first, it was a roller coaster ride, bro. It was a fucking roller coaster ride, bro. They gave me the ketamine, you know, she basically had to babysit me for a little bit, bro. Fast forward, I'm starting to come down from the ketamine, bro. They're running tests on me. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with me. Doctor comes back. Finally, bro. I'm there for hours at this point. It's been like 5-6 hours at this point, bro. Yo, yeah, somebody get the Discord, please, and send it in the chat for me, please, if they're so kind. And then, bro, I'm sitting there for like 5-6 hours at this point. They finally come back with the fucking lab test, bro. With the, you know, they finally figured out they got the lab exam reports or whatever. Doctor comes back. He's like, hey, we couldn't find anything. There's nothing wrong. Like, or he didn't say there's nothing wrong, but he was like, we can't find anything. We don't know what's wrong. We don't know what else to give you. We already gave you ketamine for the pain. We can't give you narcotics. We don't know what else to do. And then this is what he says. I'm thinking it's an appendicitis. I said, what? Appendicitis? At that moment, my life flashed in front of my eyes, bro. I said, what the fuck did I get myself into, bro? I said, what you mean? Nah, I'm good. That's why I started copping the plea. I told him, nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm not even in pain no more. That's what I told her. I said, look, don't even worry about it. I'm good. And this is what he tells me. So this is what I tell you, E-Man, where I was caught between a rock and a hard place. This is what the doctor told me. He says, yo, you could leave if you want. But if you leave, you're going to be leaving against doctors' recommended orders. Hey, what's good, my boy? And if you do that, we're going to have to send you a bill. I said, what you mean? How'd that work? He said, yeah, so the type of insurance that you have is some shit that only covered like life or death situations. So he said, yeah, if you leave against doctor's orders, we have to charge you for it. But if you get the surgery, everything's going to be covered. I said, yeah. So what you mean to tell me? He said, if you go home and your appendix bursts, I wouldn't want that on my conscience. I wouldn't want that to happen. Because you could die if that happens. But I know in the back of my head, mind you, I know I ain't got no fucking appendicitis, bro. This is, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here fucking lying. I just wanted to leave for work. I wanted to get out of work for the day. That's it. I didn't even expect to get anything, bro. I didn't even expect to take ketamine. I just wanted to leave, bro. And then I tell him, okay, let me think about it for a little bit. So I call my mom. She's like, boy, you better get that motherfucking surgery. Mind you, I didn't tell my mom that I'm lying, right? I'm not telling her that, bro. I didn't tell her that. I'm like, fuck, bro. I ain't got nowhere to go. For your information, chat, you don't need insurance for hospitals. I'll just go to collections and go away after. Yeah, no. Look, I don't usually... Never mind, I'm not going to say that on stream. I pay all my bills, you know what I'm saying? IRS. I pay all my bills. I pay all my taxes, you feel me? I told the nurse. I literally told the nurse. I was talking to the nurse for a little bit, bro. I told her, I said, hey, hypothetically, if you don't have an appendicitis and you get your appendix removed, is that dangerous? She's like, no, you don't need you usually don't really need your appendix. It's just something that you're born with. It doesn't really matter if you don't have it. So that kind of eased my anxiety for a little bit, like, cause that's what I was kind of worried about too. Cause, like I said, bro, I know there's nothing wrong. I'm over here fraud, and I know I'm lying. So my worry is, what if I get this whole surgery done and then something happens, you know? But they said that nothing would happen, so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But then this is what I said. I'm at a point where I could. This is a buyer's market at this point. This is a buyer's market, bro. What's good, everybody in TikTok? I said to her, okay, we can do the surgery. I said, but the only way I'm doing it is if you give me some oxycodone, aka some Percocet. She said, okay, I'll let the doctor know for sure. I said, look, chat, at that point, no, it was an appendicitis. I told you this. At that point, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm getting some ergs. I'm getting some fucking perks out of this. It's not might be a waste after all. And I get to sleep at the hospital, which means I'm going to get to miss the day at the fucking rehab tomorrow. And I get hospital food, which is not that bad. I don't mind being at the hospital. Look, this is something about me I'm going to let y'all know real quick. I don't mind being at the hospital, bro. Hospital, it is kind of depressing, but they treat you like a fucking king. They treat you like a king. You just lay in bed all day watching TV, doing whatever you want, like on your phone, whatever. They got a whole bathroom right there, bro. You ask them for anything, they give it to you. How long ago was this? 6 years ago. 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Never mind. 6 years ago. Bro lost his appendix for a day off work. You forgot the free script of perks, though. You forgot the free script of perks, though. So look. She says, okay, we'll let the doctor know for sure. So I'm like, yes, score. She had told me, she was like, yeah, we're gonna give you some Percocets before the surgery and after too, and then we'll give you a script to take home. I said, yes! Bro, I was geeking, bro. I was looking forward to that, John. Now, I'm asking her, yo, when the surgery at? How long we got? Mind you, before the surgery, they try to tell me, yeah, we can't give you I don't think we could give you narcotics yet. So we might have to give you ketamine again for the surgery. I'm like, no, there's no fucking way. I'm not doing it, bro. I literally told them, I said, there is no way. I'm not taking it again, bro. So they said, okay, all right, we'll wait a little longer so we can give you the oxycodone. Bro, I'm telling you, that ketamine trip spooked me. That was the first and last time I took ketamine, bro. So I finally got the surgery, bro. Everything went according to plan, thanks to God. Jeez. Everything went fine in the surgery, bro. To top it off, though, fast forward a few days, I go back to the program. I pick up the script of perks. But at that point, my tolerance was a little low, so it didn't matter to me. You know, it was something, bro. I get the script, bro. I finally get the script. I'm down to my last few of them. I take them. Mind you, I did finish it. I swear to God, I could not be fucking making this shit up. I could not be lying to you, Jay. I could not be lying to you, bro. As I'm taking the last few of them, I'm in my room in the morning, taking the last few of them. Tell me why the motherfucker that is in charge comes to my fucking door and sees me throw them down the hatch. He's like, what is that? My heart sank to my fucking stomach, bro. Because any medications you took, bro, they had to give them to you. Nobody had medications in their rooms. Nobody had their shit in their rooms. And mind you, it was nothing like narcotic like or anything like that. But they still had them. So when he saw me taking something, he said, what's that? I said, what? I said, what? Who is that? I'm not trying to turn around and shit. I'm like, who that is? I'm hoping it's my boy telling me, yo, bro, let me get one. No, it's the fucking coordinator. I'm thick, bro. I'm fucking sick to my stomach, bro. I should have hit him with that no hablo inglés, no cap, bro, because he knew I knew Spanish too. I should have just, no hablo, no sé. I should have just hit him with that shit. Oh. But look, bro, at that point, I didn't have any more, so I didn't really care, right? Like, I was like, whatever, bro. Like, what is he gonna do? And I also thought, it is my script too. Like, he knows I just had surgery. So I didn't go buy these off the street or something like that. Like, he knows I just had surgery, bro. Like, go ahead. Get me in trouble, bro. I don't care. I'm taking my medication that I got because I just had surgery, bro. If you want to sue me for that, go ahead, bro. So, yeah, I got caught. I got caught at the program. They ended up giving me some more fucking homework, extra homework that I had to do and shit. And, yeah. My mom never found out that I lied about that to this day. She doesn't know that I lied about that surgery. She thinks that I had appendicitis. Nobody knows that I lied about this except for you guys. Oh my gosh, bro. But yeah, that's the story time. That's the story time on the time that I got forced into surgery. Oh my gosh, Chad. What a fucking life.
Be one of vibe, give me the time. She better keep this shit